when the flame eclipsed the flickering of the blue and yellow, caused by ominous plans of the infamous fellow. I could barely breathe, through regrettable sighs only. Oh, don't ask where I'm from. Makes me feel devastated and lonely. With my head buzzing, had no choice but to hit the streets, woefully wandered until got enthralled by the distant tweets. Utterly deep into the healing tune of the melodious streams, I wish to be a bird that chasing no pipe dreams. But what if while flying above the lengthy beach, a glimpse of abstract thought appears, the meaning I can't reach? And even if I soar up to the highest heights, attack, assault, dive, bomb my limits during days and nights, that all would be in vain. Profound waste of time, collision with beyond, would left no peace of mind. So I would rather choose to be an insect creature and look full of disdain and that wind-begging preacher. I'd strictly follow orders to cherish glory of the queen, and no reflections, any kind, would enter my blank screen. Yet once again, I beg your pardon, but let me just suppose that for a second, out of blue, I would betray my cause. Instead of carrying matter with comrades like a single cell, with my antenna I would pick a foreign, yet so charming smell. And how am I supposed to deal with, I admit, quite weird inspiration, if deafness, blindness, lack of any plan leaves me with nothing but frustration? No, I'd rather spare myself from that misfortunate position, and then instead try to embrace the stillness of a plant's condition. I would be nourished by the fertile layers of my beloved mother, revered the sun, obeyed so tame, the spirits of the mighty wind, my father, and nothing, I believe, would dare to interrupt my unintended essence, unless a stranger strokes my leaf to find the cure, to ease the pains of adolescence. How shall I help if all I have is that awareness of his tragic, yet such a tender touch? Alas, one sadly must admit that doesn't matter what I do, it wouldn't help him much. How deep should I descend, right down the vicious hierarchy of existence, to finally escape, break free from presence of the consciousness and any hints of its persistence? How many intricate terrains should go across the spirit of your desperate speaker, to finally abandon, leave the kingdom of the rotten self, and cease to be seeker? Oh yeah, I started with the wall that sparkled at resistance. I'm sorry if you're confused, observing all my follies of transcending the existence. You see, the noble stream, full of compassion, dried up inside my veins. The toxic broth of cold indifference erodes instead the ego's last remains. And all my senseless vomiting of the elated rhymes is triggered not by the ferocious absurd of the modern times, but by the fact that there is no one left in there that can relay, protest, object, complain, accuse and charge and loaf and hate. Call me a monster, but there is nothing wrong, I see, in brutal acts that took its course. The havoc, deaths, misfortunes caused by mighty of the Russian force arises zero movement within the pitiless void of my almost vanished soul. No one is guilty, no one to blame, all good, all perfect, just impeccable. So, isn't it foolish to criticize the cancer for spreading all across the Mother Earth, instead of looking at the core of source that gave to man his noxious birth? Oh nature, why did you permit us to invade your holy lands? What a mistake, a crime against yourself committed, but by the vigor of your own hands. We humans are just victims, helpless captives of your grand miscalculation. The scale of the infinite fucked upness of our breed wipes out the hopes for any possible salvation. No longer substance hiding right behind my skull. To be a man desires. No, that sort of failure rendered absolutely dumb. The sun should have sulked at the appearance of the first insect and gone out altogether with the advent of the chimpanzee. When will he come? The man who can rid us of all men. This poem is inspired by the Emil Cioran's books and Terrence Malick's cinematography, and caused by the war, which made me realize the scale of the tragedy of the dismal, heartless being whom I unwittingly became. Deep in his heart, man aspires to rejoin the condition he had before consciousness. History is merely the detour he takes to get there.